continue with this video, I just want to apologise quickly, just in case, because I'm not actually at my house. I'm house sitting for a few weeks, so I'm using someone else's man cave, and the lighting's not that great in here, but it's good enough to do a little video, an unboxing video anyway. So I thought I'd still do this video, but I just wanted to apologise a little bit for the light. So what have we got here today? We've got here the Yuneec Breeze 4K quadcopter, also known as my flying camera. And the reason it's called my flying camera is it's because it's what they call a selfie drone. Now, as selfie drones go, normally they're quite small and a bit gimmicky, but to be honest, this thing is amazing. So I'm going to be doing an unboxing video, sharing my thoughts and opinions with you guys. And I'm always honest when it comes to doing reviews, unboxings and stuff like that. So I will tell you the things that I like and dislike about this quadcopter. So let's get into it and get it out of the box. Okay then, so what we will do the drone first and then get into the unboxing of the actual controller and FPV headset. Now you can buy this drone singly, and then you basically just use your controller to fly the drone, and from what I hear it works perfectly fine by doing that, but I've got the bundle set, so it also includes the controller and FPV headset. Now I got this on a crazy bargain from Argus. It's like £199 for the bundle, which is just really cheap considering normally this drone alone is going to cost you well over £300. To get the whole bundle set for 200, it's just a bargain in my eyes. I just couldn't say no to that. So what we do, we will push the controller and headset to one side and we will look at the box and stuff first. Now I don't want to go too much in detail on the box because at the end of the day it is a box, but it's done very nicely. It's a solid box and it just gives you your basic information, shows you the Breeze 4K. You got your information on the side here, basically easy, ready to fly, automatic flight modes, compact and easy to transport, controlled by your smartphone. It's got instant social sharing, which is an awesome feature. You can share it straight from the drone to Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, WhatsApp. It's got automatic landing, automatic return to home. It's safe for indoors and outdoor flying, which is very good also for a GPS quadcopter. It has propeller protection guards included. Some more information on the side there, just basically telling you what I've just told you, but it has 4K recording, 13 megapixel camera, follow me, indoor positioning system, 720 HD live streaming to your phone, and then you just got basically more information on there. But let's actually open this box because that's what everyone wants to see. Okay, so let's get this box open. And now even the box, it's very tight, so there we go. Let's put those to a side. Okay, so this is what it comes in the actual box itself. You've got a nice plastic casing where the drone comes in. Now it's a nice sturdy case, we'll look into that. Now in here you've just got your spare propellers, so we'll put those to one side. And then in this one here, you've got your instruction manual. Now unfortunately, from what I hear, the instruction manual is not very good English or in English at all, but that's not really a big problem. The app itself should give us all the information that we need. Now in this box, basically you've got your fast charger, your mains cable, and then your USB connector, so you can basically connect the drone straight to your PC, laptop, tablet, etc. Now the charger is a solid charger and it's a fast charger. Now it will charge at 1.5 amps and it will charge the 11 volt batteries in around half hour to 40 minutes, which is not bad. Some of my little tiny drones take forever to charge, and then you're going to get like 7-minute flight time for like 45-minute charge, so it's a bit of a pain. But yeah, nice quality charger. So let's put all that to one side for a minute, as well as the box. It's a nice solid box that is, guys. Okay, Now the actual drone itself, so let's get it out of this case. You have to press this button in. Now this button is quite tight and fiddly to do, but once it opens up, there you go, there's the quadcopter itself. Now when I opened this and just saw the box, the packaging and everything like that, it reminded me of another branded product. It actually reminds me a bit of Apple, the way Apple like to individually box and package everything. Now that's a good thing in my opinion. Like I say, quality wise, box, packaging and the actual product itself, I really do recommend it. It's just a really decent quality quadcopter by the look of it. Now it comes with an 11 volt 1150 mAh battery, and like I say, the charger will charge this up in around half hour to 40 minutes, and I'm going to get around 11 to 12 minute flight time, obviously depending on my flying conditions and how I'm actually flying the camera quadcopter and stuff like that, but that's not too bad. And then the actual drone itself, you're going to get some propeller guards. Now I recommend you use these if you're new or even if you're not, because at the end of the day it's going to protect your propellers if you do hit something, crash or whatever. It's just a little bit more safety in mind with these props. Now these props do fold, so they do take a bit of impact, but the actual drone itself is quite light at the moment without the battery in. We'll go into weight in a bit more detail in a minute, but it's got opening landing legs here and they click into place really nicely. To feel, it just feels really well made. It doesn't feel like a toy at all. Now I've got some Hubsan drones. I've got Hubsan, I'll quickly grab it here, H216A. Now I love this drone, it's great quality, but to be totally honest, you can't match the quality between this and that. This is in another league, it really is. It feels so much more nicely made. Now you've got a infrared system here. Now this will help with flying indoors and stuff like that, and then you've got your optical flow system, which is just another method of stabilizing it, and basically it will constantly take pictures to know the position at the drone is flying at, a bit like GPS hold. So it's got like a few position hold functions, which is just yet again another nice little feature. Just slide that over, just put that down like so. As you can, I can't believe how stable that is in such strong winds. That is insane. Okay, my Hubsan drone would not be doing that, that's for sure. So let's land it manually and see what happens. It should just hover above the ground, just like that. It will not let me lower that anymore. So it's really good. So that's basically crash proof in one aspect. So very impressive. Look how much that's just fighting against that wind. That is super impressive. That is just standing still on the spot. I'm super impressed with this quadcopter. See, a lovely looking little drone. Now it is reasonably heavy. Once you install the battery and you literally just slide the battery in, it is a proprietary battery, and these batteries are quite expensive. They're around 30 to 40 pound for the original battery, but you can get clone batteries for around 20, so just bear that in mind. Now the battery just literally slides and locks into place, clips in, and then you've got an on-off switch as well. Now once the battery's installed, the total flying weight for this quadcopter is 350 grams, so it is above the 250 gram limit. Now obviously on around the 30th of November 2019, I think it is, we've got to register air drones in the UK that weigh over 250 grams. So I'm going to have to register this, and I'm fine with doing that at the end of the day. If we have to take some online tests just to prove that we're competent to fly and know all the basic drone code knowledge about flying drones, what you should and what you should not do, that's fine. I'm fine with doing all that. It's not a problem unless you're irresponsible. It's not really going to be a problem. Most of us in the UK should be following the UK drone code anyway, to be honest. So let's quickly talk a bit about the specifications of this drone. I'm not going to go into too much detail. It's not a review as such, it is just mainly an unboxing, but it does have 4 brushless motors, and they're quite powerful as well. It's got, like I say, a 4K compatible camera. Now it does a video recording in 4K, but if you record in 4K, the video is not stabilized, so it doesn't have a digital stabilizing system. If you record in 1080p or 720p, the video is then stabilized by a digital stabilizing system, and it works really well. It really does. It makes the camera feel like it's got a gimbal. Now there is it's spring loaded, so everything has got cushioning and stuff like that, but it's not a gimbal. It's done digitally, but it's done very well. You've got a little port here that you can plug this straight into your computer and download everything off of the drone straight to your computer or your TV. And it's also for doing firmware updates as well, but you can get all of the information off of the drone on the drone app. Obviously you've got your on-off switch here, your dual GPS module up there, and then, like I say, you've got your optical flow and then your infrared positioning screen there. Very, very impressed with the drone. What I'll quickly do, I'll quickly get my camera, quickly show you the app, and then we'll unbox the actual headset and controller as well. Okay then, so what I'll do a little screen recording, so it'll just make it a bit easier and clearer for you to see what I'm doing. So what you're going to need to do, you're going to need to go to the Apple Play Store or the Google Play Store and get the BreezeCam app. So we'll click into that and it will open everything up. And then when you start to look at the app itself, it's going to have some very clear instructions on every feature and every setting that you have, which I thought was a really, really good thing, because some apps don't really give you much information, and especially as the manual for this is not very good at all. So it's good that the actual app itself gives you every bit of information that you need, which I really liked. So what you're going to do, you're going to see your screen and everything like that, and then you're going to have your tasks on the left hand side, your gallery on the right hand side. Now your gallery is where it stores all of your video and image. Now this drone itself doesn't have a micro SD card. It saves all of its video footage and still images on its internal memory, and it's got a 16 gig internal memory, which is really good. Now once you've took videos and images, it all appears here. You can then download it, and it will then stay stored to your actual phone, not just the actual drone itself, which is really good. And like I say, you've got a cable here, so you can plug it in and download it straight to your computer if you want to do it that way. So let's go back and have a look at the tasks. Now on the tasks, you've got a few different modes here. You've got flight mode, selfie mode, orbit mode, journey mode, you've got follow me, and then you've got your controller. So you'd use the controller mode, and then you'd Bluetooth your controller and headset together, so you can fly it in FPV, or you can just use the actual controller to fly the drone rather than the phone app. Now the phone app works reasonably well, as do most phone apps, but you can't really beat using a controller. It just feels so much nicer, doesn't it? And then also you've got your GPS on and off. Now when you're flying indoors, you must turn your GPS off, or otherwise you're going to have some issues and you could crash your quadcopter. So make sure you turn your GPS off. Now in the top left hand corner, you've got your settings, you've got your drone settings, so you can basically change the name, you can change from mode 1, mode 2, your standard default distance of taking off, and your height. So basically this is a geofence, so you can make it so your drone cannot fly to a certain distance, a certain height, certain speed, everything like that you can change. This app is very, very good. You've got your calibration, and then you've got a little feature here which you can turn off what modes actually show on your main screen. Another little cool feature. Now you've got obviously your camera settings as well, so you can change it from 4K, which is at 30 frames per second, but like I say, it doesn't have a digital stabilizing system. And then you've got 1080p, which does, and also your 720. Now, some quadcopters, now like I say, I do love my Hubsan quadcopter, and this is classed as a 1080p camera, but the 1080p camera on this, is it really 1080p? I don't think so, especially when you see 1080p video footage coming from a drone like this, or your phone, stuff like that. That kind of quality doesn't hold up in my opinion. But like I say, it's a great drone, I do love it, it's just not in this kind of league. And then obviously you can change things on metric, imperial. You've just got loads and loads of settings. Very, very informative and easy to use app, I must admit. So what we do, I've gone on long enough about this drone. I want to go on more, but I'm not going to. When I do some flight footage, some tutorials, how-tos, obviously I'll do it all on video, why not? And then show you guys what I feel, and if obviously I have any problems, you'll be the first people to know about it as well. So let's move this all to one side and let's unbox the controller and everything like that. Okay, so let's have a look at the controller and headset. Once again, quite a nice box, just gives you some information. You've got your first person view, physical controls, Bluetooth connection, 720p FPV image transmission. So basically what you're going to be seeing through your phone is 720p. Just some more basic information on the back, and there just nothing really to go on too much about. Your Bluetooth controller, your FPV goggles, your controller holder, and then your USB cable. So let's get it out of the box. But also, as I got the bundle, you get an extra battery, which is huge considering how much these batteries cost. It's a good thing that you get a spare battery. So 2 batteries, really good. Okay, so let's take the goggles out. Now straight away, what I noticed, these goggles are a good quality pair of goggles. And unlike the drone, the goggles and controller does come with some instructions, and they're good. They tell you what you need to know about the headset and the controller, so that's a good thing. Let's put that to one side. Got a little cleaning cloth there to wipe the lenses. Now the goggles themselves, they're actually quite light, and I'll quickly weigh them as well. Let's quickly weigh them, why not? Okay, so they're like 314 grams, so it's pretty light. It's actually nearly the same weight as the drone, so they're light but not so light they feel nasty, if that makes sense. Now they are adjustable lenses. You can adjust the lenses left and right like so, and forwards and backwards. Now I did try these goggles on some movies on my phone, and they actually worked really well. Now some phone goggles, the lenses aren't very clear, so it really pixelates the image, but these lenses are pretty clear, I must admit. They're better quality than the cheap phone goggles you can get, I must admit. And then obviously on your front side here, you've just got your phone holder, and then you've got a nice big open space, so you're going to be able to fit big mobile phones into this. Now unfortunately, if you've got a little mobile phone, I've got a Sony XZ here. Now as you can see, it just about covers the holes. If you've got a small phone and it doesn't cover the gaps, you're going to get daylight coming through that, and that's going to hit your eyes and you will not enjoy it, trust me. So just bear that in mind with this. It's got a nice padded eye cover here, so it's going to feel nice, and it's very soft, it's padded, and it's not leather, so you're not really going to sweat as much when it's up against your face. So yeah, the goggles, really nice, adjustable head strap, very impressed with those. I'm looking forward to flying FPV with this drone. Now obviously, now in the UK, you've got to obviously have a spotter when flying FPV, so someone else can actually keep an eye on your drone, because it does you don't really know exactly what's around you properly when you're flying FPV with goggles on. So just make sure you've got a spotter. If you've got a massive back garden and you want to risk it, then fair enough, fly it on your own. But if you're out in public parks, stuff like that, legally you should have a spotter, so just bear that in mind. Okay, the controller itself, the controller feels nice. It's a heavyweight controller, built-in lithium battery. You just charge it up via a standard USB connector, and it's got here a mini, I think it's a mini HDMI port connector actually. But everything about it feels quite nice. One thing I do not like about this controller straight away is the buttons are not marked. So you don't actually, just by looking at the controller, you don't know what buttons do what. The start is obviously your takeoff and landing. The up and down here is to control your camera angle. Now, like I say, it's not a gimbal. The camera works off of a servo, so the servo will take your camera up and down, but it's very smooth, I tell you that. And then your left and right, I think that's your trims. So yeah, it's not great that it's not marked, but like I say, the manual shows everything that you need to know. So you'll soon pick up and you'll know exactly what the buttons are after a while, once you've actually been flying it for a while. But it would have been nice if they were actually marked rather than putting X, Y, B and all that, like an Xbox controller on there. But to hold, to feel, feels lovely. It really does. It feels better than my Hubsan controller. And I must admit, I need to stop comparing it to a Hubsan controller and a Hubsan drone, because like I say, Hubsan drone, talking my Hubsan 216A, you're talking what, 80 quid to 120 quid max, where this is a £300 plus drone, so don't really want to be comparing them. Now you've got the phone holder here. Now the phone holder seems quite sturdy, quite a large opening. You've got a flip down part there and then opens up. So let's get my phone, and then we'll see exactly how much clearance. So that's how much clearance you've got. So you're going to fit a reasonably big phone in there, because my Sony XZ is not what I'd call a small phone. It's not a big phone, but it's not small, and you've got quite a bit of clearance. So yeah, you're not going to have too much problem with that. Now to put it onto the actual phone itself, let's see if I can figure this out. I think you just do that. No, you don't. It's got nothing to do with it. Ignore me there. Okay. Alright, so I've got to push this button down, I take it. Push that down. Opens that up. Okay. Then we're going to drop that in. Push that on. Clip it into place. Make sure it's clipped right in, guys, otherwise your phone's going to fall off. Now you tighten these up, so once you get your angle that you like, which is good, a lot of them don't come with angles, so you get your nice angle, tighten these up, and that ain't going nowhere. And then obviously you can just put your phone in it, just like so, and then you can actually get it out of the sunlight and stuff like that. Sometimes you get screen glare, and then when it's like that, you can't actually see what you're doing, so it's good that you've got a nice angle. So yeah, that feels really nice. It feels like a PlayStation controller, especially with these trigger fingers. It does feel very good quality. I'm so impressed with actually this package for 200 quid for the whole bundle. Super impressed. I can't wait to take this out. So I think I've gone on enough, guys, to tell the truth, so I'm going to cut the video there. Now stay tuned, because I'm going to be doing many more videos on this quadcopter, as well as others as well, and I'll probably be doing some truck videos as well. I've got a good few trucks. I've got some Traxxas trucks, some FTX trucks, so I'm going to actually do some video footage and tutorials, reviews and stuff like that on those as well. So happy RCing everyone, thanks for watching. Please hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and take care. Bye bye.